I went to Van's Infinite Wealth, and something clicked inside of me, and I realized I needed to change my life and change my spending habits, change just everything about my life, because I realized that internally I had the power to do that. I realized that I was able, with this ability, to find out what I can do in order to become infinitely wealthy.
One of the key takeaways I've taken is the concept that wealth really is an inner game, and if you align yourself internally and are congruent, and you've removed any limiting beliefs you have about money and wealth building, etc., then you can manifest great riches outside of you. And that's really insightful, it's very inspiring, and the workshop will give you some very specific tools and exercises to go about that process. So that it's been a really brilliant experience.
Understanding that there's more than one way to play this game, and then talks about how mandatory rules are only optional.
You can manipulate those and maybe bend those in some gray areas and help yourself and get ahead.
And in a sense, that's very liberating. It's very liberating when you look at your situation. There's not one way to do things to become wealthy or become rich.
And that's what Van does. That's what his workshops are, is to find the power within. I could go through a long litany of line by line items of what I saved, but basically I've saved the family $17,500 a month. A little bit more as time goes on, because now we're able to take that money and move it over here, which Van teaches. Once you get this paid off, you go here, and you're out of debt. And that is quickly happening. As I sit here and talk about this Infinite Wealth workshop, it's so much more than that. And I remember having dinner with Van one night, because he does that with groups of people. And I said, Van, that was a really technical workshop. He looked at me and smiled, and I'll never forget this. He said, all my workshops are spiritual. And I was so moved by that. And he said, it's all just an illusion, Carla. And when you realize that it's all just an illusion, you can decide how it's going to go.
And so, again, there's so much here at BTI that can help you and get you out of the rat race, we'll use that word.